on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the FNC podcast. I am the C in FNC, and unfortunately, the F is still MIA, but that is A-OK because today I got not one, but two special guest hosts joining me, and we will have a third one joining us here in a little bit. We got my man Tro, who is always here helping me review the week in wrestling. And we got a special guest, a man that has been on this channel several times, and a man that has shouted out this channel on his YouTube channel. Go follow EK Wrestling on YouTube. I'm talking about my man, Mr. Brandon.
What's happening?
Welcome
Happy to
back
be here.
to the podcast, man. It's been a minute. I almost forgot your last name, Yelverton.
Yeah,
Mr.
no, you're good.
Yelverton, my bad, dog.
But
But,
it's all good.
ladies and gentlemen, guess what? I know y'all can tell by the gear we're wearing. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Ba la 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 la. I'm
La la
rocking
la.
in the Santa hat. He's rocking that Christmas cane sweater. And what is that one?
This is a New York Islanders sweater.
Okay. Festive. It's festive. It works. It works. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got a huge week to talk about in professional wrestling. We're going to kick it off with Survivor Series War Games, which is now in the books. It took place in, of all places, Chicago, Illinois. And by the end of that, boy, that roof came off the joint. Gentlemen, would you agree?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh,
Yep.
man.
That place was rocking towards the end there, man.
They're going to be talking about that pop for years to come.
That's a fact.
Pretty good pop.
Oh, yeah. Would you say it was comparable to an Austin level pop, or is that going a little bit too far?
Oh, it was Austin level. I would give it Austin level vibes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, we're going to get into all of that because that is a shocking return. When we talk about shock, do you want to talk about that first and then talk about the show?
Hey, let's do it. I mean, it's CM Punk's the topic of conversation. Everybody wants to talk about the man, so let's do it.
So
Wait, we're not talking about our Truth's return? That's the return you guys were talking about, right?
So let me set the stage. It's the end of the show. The men's War Games match had just ended. The team that won, which we'll get to, is celebrating in the ring. They have the commentators say, "Good night, folks. Thanks for watching." They do the end of the show logo. And at that point, I personally turned off the show because I thought it was done. Right? So I'm like, okay, cool. And I was watching my dad. Back in here, set up the TV, get myself comfortable, get on my computer, and I go on YouTube and I'm watching their press conference, which I like that WWE calls it a press conference and not a media scrum.
Yeah, sounds more professional.
Facts. And so I'm watching that press conference, and they throw it to a video, or as Byron Saxton was doing, he threw it to a video of Miz versus Gunther, the highlight video from that night.
Right.
Only it's not Miz versus Gunther. Instead, it's the end of the show, and you hear, and of course, that roof blew off the joint at that point because CM Punk, the best in the world, has come back to the WWE after 9 years away from the company. Gentlemen, let's get your reaction, starting with Brandon, as I share this link with everybody.
I'm going to tell you, I was one of the people that didn't cross out the idea that CM Punk was coming back. I was like, hey, if they want to make money, they'll do it. Bygones be bygones. Stick it to AEW. So I believe that it was going to happen. I just didn't think it was going to happen at Survivor Series. I was thinking maybe Royal Rumble. They would kind of, they didn't want to take away from Randy Orton's return. So I was like, okay, maybe not. Maybe the chance won't be too bad. And then, like you said, we got to the end of the show. You know, the end credit, the little corner, end credit thing popped up, World Wrestling Entertainment, so on and so forth. I thought it was over. And when the static hit, oh my gosh, like my heart started beating and like pacing frantically, like oh my god, it's like CM Punk. And like it wasn't I didn't like, oh yeah, it was like oh shit, like I can't believe this is happening. Like I literally had to get myself together because I've never fainted before, but that was probably like the closest I came to it. Because man, I was so shocked, but I was so happy because as much as I was like fair about the stuff that's happened with CM Punk at AEW, yada yada, he's still one of my favorites of all time. So that was just a wonderful moment. Like, whew, like the kid in me came out. Like it was awesome, man.
Yeah. Troy, what were you thinking?
So I was coming back from an Islander game at the time.
Okay.
And I couldn't really watch the pay-per-view that much.
Oh.
I watched the replay eventually.
Okay, good.
But
spoilers for you.
What's it called? I was able to watch the end of the Word Games match, and then I got on the bus, lost my signal. I come back on. Who's there sitting in the aisleway but CM Punk? I'm like, oh shit!
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. Yeah, it was a good birthday surprise.
Right?
Oh yeah. Well, happy very belated birthday.
Thank you.
My reaction. I don't think I told you guys my reaction. I came in and I saw that. Then I started screaming. I was like, "Holy shit! What the fuck is going on? Holy shit!" I lost my mind, and I got mad at myself because I told myself after Punk was fight from AEW, I told myself, if he comes to WWE, don't freak out. You don't care. You don't care. He comes back. Guess what? I lost my mind. I'm like, it got to a point where I guess I was screaming something. My parents were like, "Christian, relax." Damn.
There is no relax, man. CM Punk is back in WWE.
Yeah, I had to compose myself to tell them what was going on. They're like, "Oh." And my dad goes, "See, I told you the show wasn't over. I told you."
Your dad thought he was coming back?
No, but he was, because there was just a couple minutes left in the show.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, that can't be it. I'm like, Dad, that's it. The match happened, blah, blah, blah. It's not over. No, it is. Okay, fine. Then,
see, you wanted to watch the press conference, though. Why didn't you, stay on the Peacock feed?
I was watching the pay-per-view in my family room. So
okay.
Family room. I came back in here and I watched it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't think anything was gonna happen, but I love watching the press conferences, so I was just gonna let it run until it started on Peacock. My dad and I were watching it, so I was just gonna keep it on until then, until it started. So, nice welcome surprise.
Hey, it was great to see CM Punk. But let's talk about the rest of the show, because the rest of the show was just as good. So we kicked off the matches with the women's War Games match. Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, and Becky Lynch defeated the Damage Control. In my opinion, Shotzi was the odd woman out here, I thought.
Oh, you think? One of these things is not like the other. One of these things don't belong.
Right. Yeah.
I honestly, I don't know the status of her return date or whatever, but I would have loved to see Liv in that spot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, whoa, Troy, you don't like Liv Morgan?
Whoa. Not really that big into Liv.
No.
Huh?
I just don't.
We can't accept Liv Morgan slander around here.
It's not slander. I just don't.
Who would you have had?
Nikki Cross.
Okay. Well,
I love Nikki. I do. But it's like she's just been pushed so far down the card
You
Like
want
in NXT, she was dangerous.
right? You know what would be really cool? If they brought somebody up from NXT like Roxanne Perez. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
it would have been. It really would have been.
Roxanne Perez, I could see her being at that top star level with Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Bianca. More so than Shotzi could.
Yeah, definitely more than Shotzi. Like,
No,
I've
by the way, because I gotta say, I like Shotzi. She's a good talent. She's a good talent, but just not at that level. You know what I mean?
see you're a kind person, and I just went on Troy for Troy talking about Liv, but
Are you gonna go?
I'm not a big fan of Shotzi, man. Like Shotzi, I like her character, I like the way she looks, I like the presentation, I like her music. It's like I like everything about her except her wrestling. And it's like most of the matches that I've seen with her in, she's gotten in a big botch or things just get sloppy. So it's like I'm like But even though I felt like that going into the match, I was really, really impressed with her because I thought she was gonna like
She did hold
mess
her own,
up. She did pretty good in it. Like she held her own. She did like the major spots like well. Like she played her role very well in this match, better than what I was expecting because it was last year's Money in the Bank women's match. Like she got like there were spots that she tried to do that just didn't work out and it looked really dangerous. I was thinking it was going to be more of the same, which is why I feel iffy about Shotzi. But I think you called it, CJ, that Team Bianca was going to win because I surely thought that Shotzi was only there to take the pin.
Right. Yeah. You know, and a lot of people are saying, well, they shouldn't have won. The good guys shouldn't have won the match. The bad guys should have won, blah, blah, blah. I don't know that I fully agree with that because you had that star power of Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, and Charlotte. That trio alone.
Yeah, that's pressure, man.
That's. I mean, maybe if you would put Rhea Ripley, it would have been no question. No question.
Yeah.
No question. Rhea Ripley, by the way, I'm just going to. I love Rhea Ripley. When she came onto the main roster, I'm like, damn. That look that she has, it's not a babyface type look. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Heel look. So when she came in as babyface, I was like, okay.
And she was bland as milk toast as a babyface at that time. Like she was just there.
Yeah, I mean, she had her success. Don't get it twisted. She had her success. It just was. It would be like Raquel turning heel. I think of Raquel Rodriguez or Gonzalez?
It's Rodriguez now, but it did used to be Gonzalez.
But if Raquel Rodriguez turned heel, boom, done. It's GG's for everybody on the roster. She'd be done. Just like Rhea Ripley. Rhea as a heel, when she turned heel, I was like, thank you. Keep her this way. Do not.
No, absolutely. Yeah. I think she'll eventually get a babyface run now because everybody loves her, but she definitely needed to find her character and like be comfortable in who she is as Rhea Ripley as a heel. Like it just wasn't working as a babyface.
Sure. What'd you think of this match?
Thought it was fine. You know, the second best War Games match of the night.
Wow.
But well, there's only two options. But do you remember the reason that the faces got the advantage?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're the one that told me this. Brandon, do you know how that happened?
Oh, yeah, the Ruffles vote thing.
Yeah.
Ruffles! And you know what happened after this match? All the heels like Bailey, after the match, he's like, oh man, I lost. But you know what? These Ruffles make everything better. So you know what? If Cody loses at WrestleMania, I hope he just says, damn it, I lost again. But you know what? These Ruffles, I'll finish the story next year. I have to eat these ruffles.
Well, I think at one point they did sponsor with like Mountain Dew
Oh yeah, the Royal Rumble.
in the press conference. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's try this. He goes, oh man, it's good stuff. By the way, off topic, but Pepsi. Hey, Pepsi,
Oh my God, is that CM Punk reference?
Pepsi Phil.
Pepsi.
Pepsi. Hey man, cheers to that, bro.
Cheers.
Love to see
CM Punk return confirmed.
So, yeah. So, War Games match. It was a good match. There was a spot I did. There was this one spot that I didn't like that everybody else, and I'm sure you guys probably among them, that they loved. Io Sky goes to the top of the cage, puts a trash can on her head, and just jumps. Now, if I'm the good guy in that match and I see she's coming down at me, I'm gonna. I understand. Before I go any further, I know why they couldn't do it. Safety. You gotta catch the opponent. Whatever. Thinking that because the good guys. Okay.
You know, yeah, it's one of those contrived things in wrestling. You know, it's one of those tropes where
Yeah.
I hate stuff like that because, you know, when you're watching a movie.
Wait, so you didn't like that spot either?
No.
Okay. Wow.
And it's like it's impressive, right? Like it's very impressive. It's cool. It's like, oh man, that was dangerous, but it's like when you're watching a movie, right?
Right.
You want to believe that, you know, like the actors are playing the characters that they actually are, right? Like
Yes.
you want to know that. You don't want to think like Daenerys Targaryen is really Emilia Clarke. No, that's you know, Daenerys. You know, you don't want to see, you know, the director cut thing or, you know, like water bottles or stuff in the set. Like you want to be fully immersed. And with
Yes.
these spots where it's like a whole bunch of people just have to like stand and like look dazed, it kills it. It would make a lot more sense, which I can't remember which spot it was. And it was another part of either the men's or the women's, but it would make more sense. Like, let's say if the heels were like beating the crap out of the baby faces, right? And they held them like either like in a headlock or like a full Nelson or whatever, and they held them in place until she's coming down, and then you get in the position to catch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to do the spot, at least make it make sense to why we're standing there, not like we're all like waiting like this.
They do that spot where they're like fight, and then the person goes up to the top rope while they're not even landing any blows. They're just going,
yes.
And then they turn around and they see the person on the top rope and they go.
It's like, no, like wait until they're actually falling to do the catch position.
Right.
I get it, like you said, for safety, but it's just, you know, like
it would be like it's like Michael. It's like in the horror movies, or not just Michael Myers, but any horror movie. See the villain is chasing the good guy or good girl.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere, they just trip. The good guy just trips, and then what do you expect? What do you expect the bad guy to do at that point? Oh, here, go ahead, get up real quick. No, if I'm the guy if I'm the killer, you're done. You're
exactly.
Done. Yeah. Tro, what do you think of those?
Look, I think sometimes you got to suspend your disbelief, and I do find it hard at times with spots like this. However, it's like when people are on the top rope, it's like, well, of course they're just waiting for the other person to get back up so they can like suplex them. But with this and the trash can, I don't know. I mean, I kind of liked it. It was a cool visual.
Yeah,
at least
it was a cool visual, but
yeah, it's a cool visual if you don't see, like if the camera was only on her and you don't see them all waiting, you know, and then the people in the crowd, of course, can see it. But it's like, yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, yeah, it's impressive, but once you see, you know, it just it kind of kills it a bit. You know, Jim Cornette is gonna just love it.
He did a review. He did the reviews already. He put them up.
That's right, he did. I haven't seen it. I just know he was gonna rip it apart.
You know, he said he didn't even watch. Yeah. He said he didn't.
What?
You guys want to get into this thing about Jim Cornette real quick?
What the hell are women doing in war games?
Yeah, exactly. Look, he has some great stories from his time in wrestling.
Yes.
But his take on women's wrestling today is absolute dog shit.
Yeah, it is.
Dog shit. And it's no more, no less than that.
Right.
I still remember when he made the comments about Becky Lynch when she got pregnant. And do you remember that, Brandon?
I do. Remember? Yes, I do.
I remember.
Yeah. And I was just like, who the hell do you think you are?
Yeah, Seth was really pissed about it too.
When they can't have a baby.
Yeah.
Well, she could have waited 5 years. He's the biggest star. Well, guess what, pal? She didn't. So
yeah.
To quote DX. You know what I mean?
And then she came back and she became champion immediately. So
exactly, yes.
So yeah, yeah.
She resumed her spot at the top.
Right.
She resumed her role in the pecking order. You know, she was still a top talent. Honestly, I think she's a better babyface than a heel, though. I will say that.
I agree, but
she's great as a heel. Don't get it twisted.
Like, I guess before, like, whenever her popularity was at the top with the man, everything like that, great baby face, da-da-da-da. Maybe it's because the heel run happened immediately when she got back.
Yeah.
It killed her momentum now. Like, if she came back as a baby face and didn't turn heel, it'd be different. I don't know. It's just, but like right now, it's like I mean, she's done some good stuff, but it's like it's not the same, if that makes sense. Yeah.
I liked her as NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
No, I take that back. I found a lot of those matches to be kind of You know what I mean? I'm not saying they were bad, but they were just kind of bland, boring. There was no... Because they were... all it was bland babyface versus Becky Lynch. Bland babyface versus Becky Lynch. Bland babyface versus Becky... Give me... Tegan Knox, Becky Lynch. I'm sorry. I don't care about that. Natalya versus Becky Lynch. Again, I'm sorry. I don't care about that. Okay? Now, I'm glad they're doing something else with Tegan and Natalya. They're having them team up.
Yeah.
Take out Doudrop, Burt, Piper Niven, and Chelsea Green. Glad they're doing that. That's great. But I just don't care. I mean, I like that. I liked her match with Lyra, and I'm glad they gave the belt to Lyra. I think that's a great. That
match was amazing.
It was. That match was great, and also her match with Tiffany Stratton was. Really
those were great. Those were great.
Those were good.
I wish that Zaya would have faced her while she was NXT Women's Champion. Like your point, I think they were trying to do the John Cena Open Challenge thing, but
you do that because you want to elevate talent. Hang on, we got a special guest joining us. Nat, what's up?
Nat,
hey,
oh my,
how you doing?
Boy,
what's up, bros?
Hey,
what's up?
Hey. What's shaking, bros? Good to be back in the swing of things here.
This is crazy because, ladies and gentlemen, we got my former co-host of the Retro Raw Down, Nat, and my current co-host of the Raw Down, Tro. This is like mind-blowing.
Oh my!
I love it. Great reunion. It's good to see you there, CJ. How you been,
bro?
Good
to see you too. She's right over. They're right over there.
Where's stuff at, Nat?
What's up? Hey. Look, acknowledge him. Huh?
I put my
your tribal chief, the head of the table.
He's the one. No. We were just talking about Becky Lynch's run as NXT Women's Champion. I was saying that aside from her matches with Tiffany Stratton and Valkyria, I thought her run was kind of.
I have to admit one thing. I mean, when I first saw Becky going down to NXT, like after so long, that she's been in WWE, like going back and forth between Raw and SmackDown, right? I
Yeah.
honestly felt that it was like kind of a slap in the face, because she's become a main event status, right? She's already
Right.
been multi-time champion, like Becky 2 belts and everything.
Yeah.
So to send her back down to NXT, I felt was a slap in the face. And since we're on the topic of the man, my hat here has been graciously autographed by the man.
Ooh,
I've
that's
had
awesome.
run-ins with the man, yes, and I'll tell you, she's totally awesome with fans. Like, if you get to meet her somehow, like at a show or whatever, she's like the one of the most awesome of the women to be able to meet and greet for sure.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
if I can touch base, then I'm guessing you guys went over the women's war games
We,
match, right?
that was
There's
the
no question. There's no question in my mind that the highlight of that match was Io covering herself in a garbage can and taking a leap from the top of the war game structure onto pretty much all of the rest of the competition. I mean, whoever came up with that or whatever is brilliant. I mean, that's innovation within innovation, right? Absolutely unbelievable. Like my jaw dropped during that moment.
get. Now, you've been
Yeah.
watching the podcast, weren't you? You were watching us, weren't you? Because we just
To be honest, I just came on like a couple minutes ago, but
we just,
no, I only came on about like after 20 minutes.
we just talked about
That's
that.
what we were just talking about
Oh, is
too.
that right?
That was
Okay.
perfect.
Like that spot.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Well, I still remember that was the first match, so I'm glad I didn't
Yeah.
miss much.
No, you're good. You're good. And it's like
That's great.
I love your perspective because it's different than the perspective that we all had on it. Like
Oh, cool.
I think the spot is like it's amazing because of
Mhm.
how risky it is and how tough it was for her to get it on top. Like I was like kind of cringing because I didn't want her to fall. I didn't want her to drop
Yeah.
it. Like, but the thing that bothered all of us was just the setup for it. Like everybody
Mhm.
was waiting
Yeah.
too long to like
Yeah.
catch her, which I know,
Uh-huh.
like we know, like they had to catch her, so
Yeah.
be safe. But
We know that was preempted and everything,
right,
but
right. But it's like I wish
in
they could have made it look like maybe the heels were holding the baby faces in place for it, like
yeah,
they were beating to just make it look like okay, we're not like waiting to catch you, but it's like we're holding these people in place so you can drop down on them
yeah.
just a little bit to
I
change
mean,
it a little bit. I don't know.
I
And
even
for
remember chanting "Genius of the Sky," "Genius of the Sky." They don't call her that for nothing. So that
well,
that was sick.
it wasn't so much the set up, it was just I'm looking at everybody that's about to catch them. And in my mind, I'm
Mm,
thinking, why am I about to catch somebody that's gonna jump onto me with a steel trash can on her? I'm gonna get hurt. Why am I gonna get hurt? Why do I'm not gonna risk myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's just
Yeah.
me.
And you know
Uh,
what? Before we go on, guys, if you don't mind, CJ, I just wanted to touch base. How was your SmackDown show back in September?
Oh, that was a blast. I'm
Mm,
sure I spoke about it plenty of times. That was the
mhm.
show that The Rock came back at.
Yes. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so glad you got that, bro.
Well, the
You
funny
deserve
thing,
that.
Brandon, shout out to Brandon because he did a review of that SmackDown and he
Mm,
shouted us out on that channel on his channel. So everybody, pause this video real quick, or you can't pause because we're live. But after you get to watching our video, go to EK Wrestling on YouTube. Go show that to my boy Brandon. Go like his videos. Go subscribe. Do all of that good stuff because he is a
mhm.
damn talented YouTuber and he deserves all the support. So he,
appreciate you,
Well,
brother.
for the record, incidentally, I'm in countdown mode now. I'm less than 4 weeks away from a WWE holiday tour here in the Great
Ooh.
White North, here in the T Dot. I will be attending, and I have a hell of a seat. I'm like pretty close to the ring, like first row in my section.
Oh
And
wow, that's awesome.
yeah, I got we got the holiday tour coming into the T Dot here in Toronto. So that's December 29. So like less than 4 weeks away, and I'm psyched. We got Cody Rhodes and Damian Priest in a well, first they're advertising it as a steel cage match, but now it might be a last man standing match. So whichever one is, it's fine by me. And then there's Seth Rollins Seth freaking Rollins will defend the WWE heavyweight title against Drew McIntyre and Shinsuke Nakamura in a triple threat. So that's a lot to look forward to. So I'm really psyched for that.
That sounds good.
Coming up within the next 7 weeks.
Brandon, where are you at? So like, does the wrestling come to where you are a lot?
Oh yes. So I'm in North Carolina. I'm actually in Raleigh.
Flair country, nice.
Yeah.
Woo!
Woo! So there's supposed to be a Raw coming in March, and there's supposed to be a SmackDown coming in February to Charlotte. But also AEW Revolution will be coming to Greensboro in March or February as well. So there's a lot of good shows coming up.
Excellent. And Trump, what about yourself?
He's in Petro.
So. I am from Long Island, New York.
Oh.
My last show was actually this past SmackDown, just the other night.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, in Brooklyn, right? Excellent.
Yep.
He and Frank were buddies.
Yeah, so I'm hoping, I'm anticipating that at this house show that they'll maybe announce maybe a pay-per-view for next year here in the T-Dot, because
you guys need a pay-per-view, honestly.
Yes, because it's going to be 5 years. It's going to be 5 years since we had SummerSlam in 19, which I attended as well, and so I'm hoping for an announcement. Yeah.
Denver needs a pay-per-view too. We haven't had one in like 20 years, but
yeah, got that right.
Yeah, that's a long time.
But it's hard to perform there. Like to this day, I'll never understand how any professional athletes can handle the elevation there. Like it's amazing. It's amazing.
Real quick, I got some coming up here in the next 7 weeks. Going on a cruise. I went on.
That sounds awesome.
I went on one back in October, and that was really fun. That one was only 4 days. So the one that we're going on in January, it's 7 days, and we're going to be there on the cruise during my dad's birthday. So unfortunately, I will be missing the Royal Rumble.
No, that stinks. Actually, if I can touch, since you brought it up, if I could touch base on the Rumble just for a little bit. I'm sorry if I'm going off topic too much, but I'm just so psyched to be back on here. I've been missing this. I want to see a couple of returns for the Rumble. Specifically, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Yep. We haven't seen in months, and Braun Strowman. I want to see both of them maybe return.
Yes, time for him to come back. I forgot about that.
I would love that. One of them or both of them would be amazing. No question.
I guess I can't complain too much about we haven't had a pay-per-view in 20 years because we got The Rock. But
yeah, y'all did get The Rock.
Yeah, there you go.
The Rock and Cena in the same night.
I know. What more can you ask for? But I'll tell you something. I'm personally have been more psyched about CM Punk's return than I had ever been about Cena. I love Punk. I've been waiting for that. Yeah.
To be honest, and this is not my proudest thing to be honest about, but that night that The Rock came back, I was at that show.
Yeah, you deserve that, bro. I'm glad you got that.
Well, I'm glad that they got that. I was late to the show, unfortunately. So I kind of I thought the show started at 7:00, right? Because on my TV it says 7:00, right? I didn't factor in that's on tape delay on my TV for some stupid reason, and it did in fact start at 6:00. So I did miss The Rock, but we only missed about 30 minutes of the show. We got there about 6:30. Thank goodness. Because
you missed this whole promo, yeah.
Lunch, or we went to dinner at Chili's, and then when we were driving to the arena, that's when The Rock did his thing. That's when The Rock was doing his thing.
Damn.
So we missed The Rock, but be able to get see, be able to see Cena. So
Yeah.
Man, I'm so sorry.
it was that he's like, thanks for making me miss The Rock, Chris.
Anyway, all right, let's get back to the Survivor, the 2023. Yeah.
So following that, is that okay? Hang on a second. Let me make sure I get this correct.
I think it's the Gunther Miz match after the Women's War Games match.
When was that R-Truth segment?
I think it was right after the Women's War Games because it was Ruffles.
Yeah,
Right? Wasn't it?
Right.
Hang on a second. I'm gonna find this results. Sorry, I'm just pulling this up here. Shout out to WrestlingHeadlines.com. That's where I'm getting all these results.
Yeah, they're great.
Oh, they're fantastic. I'm just gonna pull. I'm looking for who's Survivor Series at. Oh, okay, hang on.
For what it's worth, too, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty much used to the Usos being separate now.
You said you've gotten used to it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I have
think
too.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all at first, but I love it.
It took me a while, but
yeah,
I'm used to each Uso now being on either show. So yeah.
Yeah, they're both still very entertaining.
Yeah. Well, Jay more, I would say.
I feel
And
like
for the record, what the hell does yeet mean? What does yeet mean? I don't get. I've looked it up. I've looked it up out of
Yeet.
curiosity, and I still don't get it. What does yeet mean?
I can actually
Yeah.
real quick. Yeet definition.
I don't get it.
I feel like it's like another way of saying like, yeah, or something like that.
I guess.
They're
Yeah.
using it for like yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, I love LA Knight. I love LA Knight. Oh my goodness.
According to Google,
Yeah.
yeet
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love him. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeet
Oh,
is,
he's my new favorite. I love him.
it is a slang word that functions broadly with the meaning to throw, but is especially used to emphasize forcefulness and a lack of concern for the thing being thrown.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So I'm trying to figure out. At one point during the show, we'll just talk about it here. But at one point during the show, R-Truth came. Oh, whoa! Ron Parson is in the chat, and so is Frank. Ron says, "Thank you, Jack Perry."
Hey, Frankie.
Thank you, Jungle Boy.
Thank you.
Yeah, Frank says, "I love the sweater, Tro. LG."
Oh yes.
It says,
It's the-
number 2 face now in WWE with Punk being back. And he also says, I'm sorry, Jimmy is going to be the Marty Jannetty.
No, he's not.
And
He already is.
No,
he
he's
already
not.
is. That's a good comparison. No, that's an excellent reference.
No, he's
No,
not.
that's an excellent reference.
No, he's not.
Jay is the breakout star, just like Sean was from the Rockers, and that's an excellent reference. I love the Rockers. I'm old school, by the way, so I love that reference.
What's happened with Jannetty? Think about what's happened with Jannetty. That will not happen.
Yeah,
with Jimmy.
he's effed up on drugs now.
Well, it's just like a term. It's like for the person. It's for the tag team partner who gets like lost in the shuffle and forgotten, or doesn't turn out as well as the star.
Yeah, I feel like that's such a disrespectful term, though. Because
I mean, it pretty much is, but we're not. When they say it, we're not trying to mean it like he's going to end up like the actual Marty Jannetty. I think it's just supposed to be like, well, he's not going to be as successful.
But
pretty close.
I feel like it's disingenuous to how entertaining Jimmy truly is.
And to answer the question real quick, yes, CM Punk is now number 1. Cody is number 2.
No, that's even worse.
What?
That's even worse. Did Ron say that? That's definitely something Ron would say.
Ron asked the question: is Cody the number 2 babyface now in WWE with Punk being back? That's what Ron asked.
No,
answer
not yet. Punk's got to have a couple of matches under his belt after his return. Then the status will go up and up and up, and then Cody will be right behind. He's got to have a couple of matches under his belt first.
No. Think about this.
I think the top 3 baby faces in WWE right now are CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. Top 3.
Yeah,
And
there's
then
no
No.
question.
top
Punk
5.
is not top 1 baby face.
What?
He's not the top 1 baby face, and I'm gonna
Who?
tell you why. Punk is not.
I said Cody was number 1.
No, you started with
I did
Punk,
say Punk,
but he's not. But Punk's not the top baby face
It's
because
Seth. It's Rollins. It's
I-
Rollins on Raw for sure.
I would say Seth is like behind Jay. To be honest with you,
Oh,
that's the
Jay gets
champion.
better reactions than Seth now.
Ron says I didn't.
Well, it's pretty much mixed, like at least in that team, that War Games team, they
were
all those
stacked,
guys
man.
get different reactions. That's just like it's not like back in the day where people pick and chose their faces and heels. These days, it's all mixed up. You hear the odd cheers, you hear the boos, whatever. It doesn't matter who it is anymore.
Yeah,
Well, it was Team Cody and not Team Seth, and
Yeah.
Seth is the world champion.
Yeah, right. It was Cody who brought Orton back, apparently.
I love Seth, but I don't think he's the top babyface on Raw. To be honest with you, I think the top babyface on Raw is Cody Rhodes. Now, I said that CM Punk is the top babyface. He's in the mix of the top babyface. I shouldn't have said.
yeah. No, he's up there. Don't get me wrong, but
he's there. I would put him right behind either Cody or even Randy. Quite frankly.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
What's up, bro? Excuse me, sir. What you mean by that, bro?
What?
Ron in the chat said, "Excuse me, sir." You gotta tell us what you mean by that, bud. But shout out to Ron. By the way, Ron is also a friend of this channel. Rollins? Hell no. Hey, I said no. Rollins is not the top baby face on Raw, Ron. That's what I was just saying. He's not the top baby face on Raw at all. There's Cody above him, Punk above him.
Yeah.
And then maybe Jay.
I would say Jay, man.
Jay's pretty big.
Jay's popularity has
I would even put
skyrocketed.
Sammy above.
No,
Seth.
the Yeet helped it out.
The Yeet
helped
did.
it out.
The Yeet did a lot.
Yeet.
I honestly feel like all the popularity Sammy had has transferred over to Jay.
Can we just?
Oh, no question about it. Yeah.
We just acknowledge the fact that a year ago we didn't have all these all these top stars.
Yes.
A year ago,
yeah.
A year later, and we got Punk, we got Cody, we got Randy, we got Jay, we got. It's amazing what a difference a year can make.
Right.
I mean,
you know what? Before I forget, that's why, in a way, it's a good thing that Orton signed on to SmackDown. Man.
Oh yeah,
to spread it around.
Yeah,
to spread it around because Raw has most of the top guys and girls for that matter.
They really do.
It's not a bad idea that Orton eventually signed up for SmackDown instead.
No,
but it was
a
tough blow to Raw.
SmackDown for sure. But yeah, I think that babyface side on Raw right now, and then the heels because you still got the Judgment Day, Drew McIntyre, you got Hey Nakamura lurking around back, So I think both sides are evenly matched almost. Then on the women's side, because take a look at the babyface women. You got Bianca, you got Charlotte, Becky Lynch. You got those three as your top baby faces. Oh, it's good. You're good. You know what I mean? And then you got, and then to add to that, you still got as your top heels, you still got Rhea Ripley, Bayley, Asuka. And we're not even talking about the NXT guys and gals. We're not even talking about Tiffany Stratton. We're not talking about Roxanne Perez. We're not talking about Braun Breaker. We're not talking about
Carmelo Hayes.
Wesley.
Trick, Wesley. The roster stacked, man.
This is probably.
I've been browsing at NXT more lately. Anyone who's seen me on this channel before, I've always said that I don't watch NXT, but I have been browsing at it more recently, only because my brother likes it. And I still say, let them bring Braun Breaker up because I want to see how much more He's like his father and uncle, the Steiners. And also, for what it's worth, also before I forget, I like the expansion of damage control,
Ron
expanding
says,
from yeah.
yeah,
Sammy should
Sammy's going to AEW.
really? Oh, kidding. Very funny.
Hey,
Yeah.
tag
What do you
team,
guys think of the damage control
the
expansion?
tag team division is full, but AEW is hiring.
Mm. So the
Would you,
damage control expansion. What do you think?
I
I
think
think it's deadly, man. Like,
Deadly is right.
yeah.
Yeah.
they're going to drop Bailey soon.
Oh yeah,
You
You're gonna-
really think
Yep.
so?
yeah.
Mm,
yeah. Her days are
interesting.
numbered.
I'm going to ask a
Her days are
question
numbered, Nat.
real
It's
quick.
kind of scary.
Do you think Impact Wrestling is a better wrestling promotion than AEW right now? Yes or no? It's
No.
simple yes or no.
I don't watch either one, but AEW seems to get more hype.
Yeah.
Tro,
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Brandon, you say
I'm
no?
gonna say no, just because more people should be watching it. Because what does
They're-
everybody say? It doesn't matter about the technical skill and this and that if you're not drawing money.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing? Like Impact, I feel like they have a good core of like talent. They've got good people writing it. Like sound stuff is entertaining. Like they got a lot of stuff going for them, but they do need a few bigger stars, and they also need a better like they need a good TV deal.
Ron, Frank is in the chat. He says, Ron, aka Mr. As Seen on QVC. That's right.
Yeah,
Ron
we got a superstar in the chat.
has been on QVC. So shout out to Ron. He's doing his thing on television. Good for you, bruh. I saw he had a promotion for a movie. I think it was a movie, Ron. Maybe you can correct me on that. But I saw that he did that, and it looks pretty solid. So
Yeah, Ron's doing some big things.
doing some big things, man.
Yep.
Let's continue this Survivor Series review. Gunther defeated The Miz by submission. I called this one wrong. I'm sorry. I called The Miz to win the Intercontinental Championship.
I tried to tell you, CJ. I tried to tell you.
Why? Why did you think Miz was gonna win? I was really shocked when you said that.
I was just hoping for like a shocking, like title switch.
Yeah.
So was I.
Gunther, come on.
And there's no question that it was a very equal match. I mean, obviously
good.
Gunther had the power,
Right.
and Miz had the more technicality, right? But and Miz gave it to Gunther. There's no question. There was no like one guy had the advantage over the other for most of the match. It was very well even out fight. And at one time, I was saying that was the match of the night, but then I was in between this and the Santos Dragon Lee match.
Oh yes.
So,
yeah. I mean,
but it was an excellent match for the title.
Yeah, it was.
And I was hoping
really
too
good
for a title change because let's face it, Gunther has had it long enough, and honestly, the company that he's with in terms of guys who have held the IC title, and I don't feel that he belongs with that
Whoa! Wait
caliber.
A minute, Nat! No way!
Sorry,
no way! No,
he hasn't grown on me enough.
What?
Again, I'm old school. I have the highest respect for the guys who have come before our time, and
the match with Sheamus didn't do it for you.
Yes and no. I mean that was a brawl. That I still remember that, and that was a brawl.
With
but
Chad Gable, and really, he's had so many great matches.
I was going with Gable. I mean, Gunther's powerful. I'll give him that, but I don't know. It's just surprising me still as to how long he has been champion.
Wow, I love it. I honestly wouldn't mind if he kept it longer. Yeah. I'm really enjoying his reign. He wins his matches without cheating.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it does surprise me that there's barely or no interference from the other guys in Imperium, although they're having problems in their own right. They're going back and forth and trying to impress the ring general, right?
Absolutely.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they're a
to be
bunch of
honest,
like
when
goofs.
it comes to those two, in a way, I'm leaning towards Kaiser. You know, he's a
Yeah.
very good wrestler, and Vinci just is just like on the bandwagon. You know, he just does
Yeah.
what he's told, and that's it. But Kaiser stands up for himself, and even though he's a little pisher, he's a little Wiener Schnitzel, I call him. Uh, he's a very good wrestler. For
Mhm.
as long as he's been in the ring, I don't know how much experience he has, but
Mhm.
I could tell he's a very good wrestler, and I'm actually very impressed with him from what I've seen
I
the
think
past few
Kaiser has
months.
been wrestling just as long as Gunther has, because I saw
Mhm,
a picture of both of them when they were younger on
mhm.
Chris Van Vliet's podcast. So
Ah,
they've been at it for a while since they were like kids
yeah,
or teenagers, But
yeah,
Vinci's a good wrestler,
mhm.
but his character presentation, you know what I'm saying? He's just not
Yeah.
presented,
It doesn't do
in that
much.
way. Right.
Kaiser Kaiser does more.
Yeah,
Kaiser does
absolutely.
more, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm.
But
But
yeah, CJ,
that seems to be the latest faction that seems to be like breaking apart.
it's
You know.
coming. It's definitely
Yeah, it
coming.
is coming. I mean, look at the LWO. Look at the LWO. Santos broke away,
Do you think
right?
Ludwig is
That
going to go with Ginger?
say that again.
Do you guys think Ludwig is going to go with Ginger? Because you remember when they had that argument and then Ginger showed up out of nowhere.
Mm,
Oh
I don't think
no.
so.
Mm-mm.
No,
no,
That
no.
meant that.
That's India's star. He's not from India.
Oh,
Mhm,
Yeah, I don't
mm.
see him joining them. I feel like he'll do his own thing.
as a babyface, you think he'll still be a heel?
Oh, he's a heel. He's a heel
Yeah.
through and through. Like a
Gunther.
pretty
So you
boy
think
like that looks
yeah.
down on everybody. Nah, I can't.
Gun-
I wouldn't
you think
cheer for him.
Gunther turns babyface then, or Gio, or whatever?
I could see
Give up?
them doing something babyface with him. For Gunther, I feel like even though Nat isn't sold on him, I think a lot of fans do respect Gunther. So
For
I
being
don't
his
know, but
champion as long as he has been, yeah, I guess.
he's still like heel, but I feel like people would cheer Gunther over Ludwig Kaiser.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can see that too, actually.
By the way, I don't know
Mhm.
if you guys can see this very well, but Uncle Shark needs a drink, so
Oh, cool.
I got my nephews outside that door right now. They're just chilling. Actually, it's funny. I was getting a glass of water, and my 6-year-old nephew, was telling me, "Uncle, play Roblox with me." I'm like, "I can't, buddy. I'm playing. I mean, I'm doing a podcast."
Mm-hmm.
How's your
I,
dog? How's your dog, CJ?
you know what? Jax is doing really, really good.
Good.
He's doing really good. This these past couple of days have been kind of weird for him because
Mm,
we have my aunt's dog here that we're babysitting.
mhm.
So he's let me try this again. He's used to being the center of attention. So now we have another dog
I know
around.
what you're getting at. Yeah, I
He's like,
get it.
uh,
It's just like
but
having 2 or more kids in a family.
yeah,
I get it.
exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
But
Sure.
he's doing good for the most part. He's getting along with my aunt's dog. So there's nothing like they're not trying to kill each other, which is really good.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, he's doing really great. Thanks for asking.
Excellent.
Uh,
Excellent. Now, before I forget too, since we were touching base on the IC title match, I'm curious, which singles match did you guys feel overall was the best? Like the IC title, Santos Dragon Lee match, or the Rhea and Zoe match?
Rhea and Zoe was not that great to me. I'm gonna keep it a buck. One the best. I didn't buy Zoe as a legitimate threat to her championship. I'm
I loved
sorry.
her war paint. I like the war
Yeah.
paint she's
Yeah,
styling on the face there.
okay, that's cool. Whatever.
Mhm.
Dragon Lee and Santos was really good. I thought.
That was
Yes.
my favorite one.
Yeah.
I would probably my favorite would probably be Gunther and the Miz. That's
Mhm.
probably a lot of people. I wanted to say this real quick. A lot of people they sleep on the Miz. They sleep on the guy. You know, Miz. Give him crap for whatever you want to give him crap for, but you cannot deny that that man is a hard worker.
Oh
And
yeah.
Mhm.
he's talented as hell for.
But he's barely won any matches this year. That's why I couldn't buy him as a legitimate contender.
Yeah,
'Cause-
he's
talking
been
about-
on a consistent losing streak.
I'm talking about in general.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I
maybe
agree with
maybe
you,
that's
but-
why he's turning face, because the fans now feel bad for him that he's on a constant losing streak, you know. So so he
That
he doesn't
definitely
got
makes
tiny
sense.
balls anymore. Now he's proud of it.
hear the
Shout out to Frank if you're still here. Look at Tro's sweater there, the Islanders, eh?
Yeah, you
Fellow
liked it.
Islander there, Frankie. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
incidentally, my Habs face the Islanders coming up soon. I think in a couple of weeks. My Canadians
Nice.
are facing the Islanders. Yeah, that's right.
Troy, did you give your thoughts on this match?
I thought it was an overall good match. I love seeing Gunther.
Right?
I think he's a great champion.
It's not Gunther. It's
And Gunther.
Gunther.
Yeah, there you go. It's Gunther.
But
Those three guys were friends.
up until CM Punk's return, I was pretty sold on it being Gunther versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. But now that Punk's returned, I think Gunther's actually going to hold that AC title on for a bit longer than the Royal Rumble.
People are saying,
I agree with you, Tro.
Yeah.
Brandon, you know who this guy is. Jay thinks that. Shout out to Jay. He's a friend of the channel as well. He thinks that Chad Gable beats Gunther at WrestleMania 40, right, for the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh, that would be
Maybe.
great.
I agree
That'd
with
be
both.
great.
I agree. Well, so before, like what Tro said, before Punk came, I thought that Gable was going to beat him at the Rumble or at Elimination Chamber, and then Gunther was going to challenge. It depends, like if Gunther was going to win the Rumble or if he was going to win the Chamber and then face Rollins. But now, I think Chad Gable's win is going to get pushed to WrestleMania, and they'll find a way for Gunther to face, just as long as he's challenging for the world title whenever they go to Germany, it's fine. Or he's either challenging or defending it. Either one is fine with me.
Well, what I could see happening is that if he loses the IC title at WrestleMania, he wins Money in the Bank, and then he says, I'm going to cash this in front of my home crowd in Germany.
Okay.
I
You
like
are
that,
brilliant,
Tom.
man.
That's a good situation.
That was
yeah.
that's a great pitch.
What
I
place
like
is it going to Germany? I don't remember.
Bash at Berlin.
Bash.
Yeah,
Bash in Berlin. That
Yeah.
better not be replacing SummerSlam, because that's
It's
usually
not.
it's on like August 30 or 31st, right?
Yeah.
That's SummerSlam time.
Yeah,
better
I think
not be
they'll probably
replacing
move.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, I like for SummerSlam to be in August, but I think it'll either be earlier in the month or it'll be in July. Like with Clash at the Castle, it was in July that year.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
They don't have a date yet, I guess. Oh, damn. They don't have a date
Yeah,
yet?
it's the 30th is a SmackDown before that, and then the 31st is this Bash in Berlin. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
that's a good idea. What Tro was saying, that
Money in the
that's a good situation. Yeah.
yeah,
what?
I just
brilliant.
thought of it now.
Championship.
And
Yeah.
speaking of Money in the Bank, let it be here in the T-Dot. I'll take it. Oh, hell yeah. I love Money in the Bank. Yeah. Yeah.
Gunther cashing in. Oh, I thought we were talking about Chad Gable winning and then cashing in on Gunther. That would be something, though. Think about it. Chad Gable wins the Money in the Bank, cashes in on Gunther at Bash at Berlin, because Gunther defeated him in his hometown, right? So
Yes.
I just hate for the Money in the Bank to be used for a mid-card title.
Yeah.
I hate that so much.
Yeah. It hasn't really been like there hasn't been in for as long as I can remember, there hasn't been a cash in
Austin
on,
Theory.
let's say, a US
Just Theory.
title or an IC title. It's always been a world title.
for the US.
So
Except
that
for
hasn't really
Theory.
happened.
Except for
Yeah.
Theory, and he failed, and I hated it then.
Oh, right, the US title, right.
Yeah,
That's right.
because if you
Oh, yeah.
have that
But-
golden ticket,
But
you
the
cash
story-
in on the world champion.
But the
Right.
story with Gunther and Chad Gable, it would actually make sense that could happen, at least.
Yeah, but
Because you humiliated me. I can't talk. You humiliated me in front of my friends and family in my hometown. Guess what? I'm going to repay the favor. I'm going to embarrass you in front of your friends and family.
I love your idea and concept,
It's so boring.
but the fans would boo. And I don't think they want Chad Gable to get booed, because Gunther is definitely going to get cheered over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
So-
hometown hero right there.
Yeah, so I think he's going to get the hometown win with
Not
the
the
world title by
We're not
then.
even factoring Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. We're not even factoring that they're going to be involved in that scene because they will be.
Well, they
Well,
probably
Punk
will
will.
be, but
Punk
one of them will
Cody
probably be
won't.
champ.
So
Yeah, Punk will probably be champion by then, or Seth will still be champion. I don't know. WrestleMania's too far away to figure that out yet.
And
Let's
Cody's
go
going to be challenging for the undisputed Universal title.
let's
Yeah.
talk next match, which was we talked about this Santos Escobar defeating Dragon Lee. I thought this was a great match. This was a really solid
Yeah.
match.
It was.
Yep.
Mm.
And
It was
again, both
fantastic.
superstars were at their peak, like
Yes.
doing their best moves and everything, and a solid back and forth type of battle. I've always said that when the two superstars, or if it's a tag team, four superstars, whatever,
Mhm.
when they have pretty much the same moves or wrestling style or move set or whatever, that always makes for an excellent match because you're comparing the two and you're just seeing maybe the same moves, but still you're impressed by both superstars. And I know for one I was, and I could still say that I was in between whether when it comes to match of the night candidate, um, many points would point towards the Escobar Lee
Oh,
match.
yeah.
That had to be the match of the night, like besides the War Games matches. So
Mhm.
uh,
No, I'm with
absolutely
you
amazing fight by
100%.
both of them.
And I'm
Yeah.
invested in newly turned heel Santos, and I love
Yes.
Dragon Lee. So
Mhm,
I'm so glad that it worked out to where they were facing each other. I
mhm.
love Carlito, but Santos and Dragon Lee were going to give a much more of a banger match.
Yeah, I think Dragon Lee was a much better choice than Santos.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mm.
you know what? Just go on without me. Just
You're good,
Actually,
man.
you know what? I actually like Santos breaking out
Yes.
as the heel, and reminding guys like Joaquin and who's the other one again? Joaquin
Cruz del
Wild and
Toro.
Del Toro. Thank you.
Mhm.
Reminding them that he was the leader of oh shoot, what was their faction called again? It just slipped me.
Legado del
Help me out here.
Fantasma.
Fantasma, right? And yeah, Santos led the way, and if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't see Wild and Del Toro.
Exactly.
So yeah, I like that breakout, and actually, Santos is a perfect example of a guy breaking out from a faction and actually being a much better competitor on his own.
Mhm.
And I've always said that also, switching over to the women, just for example, I've always said that too about Io, because once she breaks free from damage control, she'll be a much better competitor, and she's a champion to top it off.
Mhm.
So I really feel she's being held back as being a member of damage control. So Santos and Io are perfect examples of that scenario.
Yeah.
No question.
Troy, what'd you think of this match, bro?
I thought it was great. Santos Escobar is great. Dragon Lee is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It was
typical lucha type of match. So
Mhm.
it's good.
okay. It was a solid match. Finally, we got one more before the main event. We talk about Rhea Ripley defeating Zoe Stark by pinfall. I'm just gonna ask a question. It's a yes or no. We're gonna go around. Brandon, did you expect Zoe Stark to win here?
No.
Did you, Nat?
Hell no. I'm with the Eradicator all the way, and I was very happy.
Joe, do you expect her to win?
Of course not. No
Okay.
one did.
We all love Rhea. We all love mommy.
All right, let's get to the main event, which was the Judgment Day. Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough teaming up with Drew McIntyre to take on Cody Rhodes, Seth freaking Rollins, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and Randy Orton. I love this match. This was probably the match of the night for me, honestly.
Yeah.
This and the Santos match were my two
Mhm.
favorite matches.
Yeah.
So,
for what it's worth, like the Rhea match, I was paying the least attention to because I knew what was going to happen. But the men's war games, I mean, I I liked it overall because, to be honest, I was refreshing myself as to how War Games works because I had never seen too many of War Games matches in the past. Like when they first brought it back last year, I had never seen it before. So this year was very well done in for people like me who hadn't seen it before or just like refreshing. So it was very well put together. And to me, there's no question the highlight of this match is probably the one moment I remember the most when McDonough was thrown off the top of the War Game structure into an RKO.
Out of
That,
nowhere.
that was a crazy move,
What?
but
How do you
very
get
well
the
done.
timing right on something like that?
If you're in a contrived spot, that's how you do it.
Remember, they practice
Yeah.
these things over and over, and all that. We all know it's staged and everything.
Yeah,
So
but
they
I'm telling you,
practice these things.
my mind doesn't work that way. I feel like I would still mess it up, even if I had
Well, look
practiced
at the women's match for a second. Apparently there was the Zoe match, the Zoe and Rhea match. There was a couple of botches in there. Like
Oh
when
yeah,
Zoe
yeah.
was going on up the ropes and stuff, there was a couple of botches in there. I remember now. But now that I think of it, with the men's war game match, there was another interesting moment, and again, my jaw almost dropped when Judgment Day was taking over, and Rhea shows up with the Money in the Bank
Yes.
briefcase. Did you all honestly think that Priest would have a successful cash in?
Nah,
Halfway.
I didn't.
Probably not.
I was still waiting for
It
one.
shocked
I
me
guess.
that they were doing it. Like I was like, oh, that's brilliant, but I
Yeah.
didn't think it was gonna happen.
I was just
I mean,
gonna say,
Rollins wasn't even down for that long of a time, so
Yeah,
I really didn't expect even an attempt. I mean, when I saw Rollins down, I wasn't thinking to myself, "Oh, where's the briefcase?"
Yeah.
But Priest was already in the ring, obviously part of the match.
Mhm.
So that was a shocking moment, but
I
no, that
was gonna say,
that has to be a highlight too.
I love the story of the match for the first when they had all the team Seth in there except for Randy, and the
Yeah.
story was, is Randy going to come? Is Randy going to show up? Where's Randy? I love that story. Yeah, I thought that this was what private chat notification. What? Let me. Oh, got you. I thought this was a phenomenal match. And they did this one right. They didn't let the baby faces have the advantage. They gave that to the heels. So the baby faces took their way up. That's how a war game should be done, in my opinion. You don't give baby faces that advantage.
No, I'm with you 100% on that one. And I mean the visual at the end with all the baby faces. You were talking earlier about like how many over baby faces they have,
Right.
like them all standing up at the end. It really did feel like the Avengers or something like that. It was.
Do you think that Randy is cool with Jay?
Yeah, we saw it on Monday.
Not really.
You really believe it though? I mean, Randy's a viper. He's a snake.
I mean, he's probably going to RKO him at some
you mean
point,
like,
but
you think? Oh, you were asking if you think Randy has forgiven Jay. You know what? I honestly don't remember that what happened 18 months ago, but I'm guessing it was a match between RK Bro and the Usos, right?
Yeah,
It was.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, maybe there was forgiveness in there. Granted that Jay was by himself now. Maybe if the Usos were still together, then there would still be more
yeah.
animosity, if you will. But maybe because Jay was by himself, it was easier for Orton to at least tag up with Jay and the rest of the team and get everything done. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like eventually he'll get him back, maybe just because I mean, eventually we're gonna get Orton versus Cody. So whenever Orton does turn heel,
like that,
then he'll probably do something. Then I don't know, but it's it wasn't just because Sammy was in the bloodline at the time too. So Sammy, like it was really all of them that but I think it didn't make sense for him right now to do anything because they're both baby faces, and I mean his explanation was good enough for me. Like, hey, you're not in the bloodline. I've been seeing what's happening. You've been doing your best. I trust Cody's word. Like, it makes sense. But knowing who Randy Orton is, I mean, he RKO'd Nick Aldis for no reason. So,
Right.
You know what? This should be my catchphrase. Before I forget, maybe that should be my name because I have another like before I forget point. I don't know about you guys, but I am disappointed that LA Knight was left out of this up and coming tournament to determine Logan Paul's next
I think they have something.
challenger for the U.S. title. Like
Yeah.
they were naming the names of where the hell's LA Knight? That's a slap in the face. What the hell?
I think they have something bigger planned for him.
Yeah.
Mm.
I agree
Winning
with
the
what you're
Rumble.
saying that. Like,
Maybe,
I agree
yeah.
with what you're saying.
No, not winning the Rumble, but maybe challenging Roman at the Rumble.
Ah, yeah.
Maybe a triple threat and Randy's in there too. Like, I don't know. Like, because, it's
Throw
I
Punk in there.
definitely
That's what I said. No, throw Cody in there. Maybe throw Cody in there. Maybe a fatal 4-way at the Rumble. No.
You save CM.
Oh.
If you're gonna do Cody and Roman, you gotta say that for Mania. You
Oh,
don't
yeah.
put it 4-way or whatever.
Yeah.
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 Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. Brandon, Troy, and I are going to continue to talk about the weekend review. Now we're going to go ahead. I know you just got off work, so we're going to go ahead and let you go and relax.
Oh no, I want to stay. I want to stay.
You can chill in the comment. You want to chill in the comments?
I want to stay. This is fun. I've been missing this. I'm having a great time.
You can stay.
Let me stay.
All right, we'll let you stay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you had to do that. Yeah. So let's talk about what happened this week in wrestling, because now we go from Survivor Series War Games to Monday Night Raw, and we kick it off with not CM Punk. We kick it off with Randy Orton, and he tells everybody that he's back. And basically, the gist of the promo is Rhea Ripley welcomes him back and says, "Don't come for Judgment Day." And Randy goes, "I go for anybody I want to go for." And she goes, "Yeah, well, this is Mommy's show." And he goes, "Yeah, but guess what? Daddy's home."
Daddy's back. Yeah.
I really wish he would have said, and I don't know why, but just adding this would have put a emphasis on it. Daddy's home, bitch. I don't know why.
The ultimate mic drop.
Mic drop, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been perfect. Yeah.
That's right.
Been really, really good in my opinion. I know they don't do that. It's not AEW where you can get away with cursing.
Yeah.
But I just thought that would have been fun.
What I like what Rhea's doing is, when she was rubbing shoulders with McIntyre a couple of weeks ago, she was giving the idea that maybe Drew would join Judgment Day. But personally, for me, he's still one of my favorites, and it's enough for me that he's a heel. But joining Judgment Day, that would be too much.
It doesn't fit.
That'd be too much for me.
Drew doesn't need Judgment Day, and Judgment Day doesn't need Drew.
Mm-mm.
That's right. That's a 1,000,000% right. Yeah.
By the way, I do want to see Damien and Drew hook up at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Like one-on-one. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I feel like they're going to feud over the world title at some point for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, Priest has got the golden ticket, if you will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's no question he'll get the first shot at it.
But there for a minute, I think that Priest cashes in successfully. I don't know when, don't ask. But I think he'll cash in successfully, and then right after Judgment Day just turns on him.
Oh, yeah.
And
then, they're planting those seeds too.
And then maybe they replace Drew. Maybe they replace Damien with Drew. Maybe they do that.
If it happens,
that'll take some time though.
Yeah,
it'll take some time.
If Drew does join, it'll be after Damien is out.
Right.
Mm-hmm. There's got to be like an injury in there or something to keep one of them off the shelf.
Oh yeah, a lot of them like putting them on the shelf
or
something like that.
We're not going to discuss all the backstage segments, but there is one thing I want to discuss. R-Truth had a fan.
Oh yeah, messing up their set there. Yeah, that was kind of funny, but disgusting at the same time.
There's sugar all over the couch. I love it.
You know what?
I remember this.
Wait. I'm gonna be your fifth partner. I'm gonna be your partner, your fifth man for War Games, right? And Damien, dude, the match already happened.
Yeah.
Did we win? No, we lost. Thanks for the reminder. Right?
I was waiting for a punch in the face from Priest. He didn't flinch. Hilarious.
You know,
hey man, hey, you know what? Hey, cheer up. Randy Orton's back. Go, man. You gotta go.
you know what I loved about this? I loved how Finn's reaction was just so genuine. He's looking at the couch. He's like, "The couch is ruined. There's so much powder. Oh God, it's gonna take forever."
Yeah.
He's at the end there. I'll take care of Truth.
He did say that.
I heard that, and I was like, "Ooh, is Truth going to get like a serious feud here, or is this going to be just like a comedic thing?" I think
it'll be a little bit comedic, but it was awesome. I rewatched that segment like 3 times.
Facts, same here. When Randy Orton and Riddle did a promo against the Usos, and he told the Usos, "You big dog, let the bitches off the leash." It's like, oh, damn. Hey, real quick, let's go off topic for just a split second.
Oh God.
I got a question for all three of you. I got an answer for myself. It's the holiday season, you know, 'tis the season to be jolly. And I'm wearing the Grinch. Y'all are wearing your Christmas sweaters. That's all cool. What is your favorite? Let's go both. Let's go with what's your favorite Christmas movie and your favorite Christmas episode from a TV show? You know what? We're going to start with Nat. Go ahead. You start.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Well, there's no question that the holiday season cannot be complete without watching the first 3 Home Alones. All 3 of them. I mean, I love each one equally, but there's no question the first one sticks out as the holiday tradition. And then to be honest, also, as I am of Jewish faith, I do celebrate Hanukkah as well, which incidentally is the first night is coming up this Thursday. I also like to watch every first night of Hanukkah. I love to watch Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights, which I highly recommend to you all. That is a laugh fest within a laugh fest. And in terms of TV episodes, one of my all-time favorite TV sitcoms is The Golden Girls, and there's in the second season specifically, there's an episode. There's the Christmas episode where Blanche gives the rest of the girls a calendar, and it's like each month has a different picture of a man that Blanche has dated, and they look at September and they go crazy. They're like, "Whoa!" And she goes, "September, I'm surprised you were able to walk in October." So that one sort of sticks out, and but definitely all of those others I named, like the first 3 Home Alones and the Adam Sandler 8 Crazy Nights. Those are my holiday traditions.
Once they dropped Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone, I was like, I'm done. Macaulay Culkin made those movies, in my opinion. Brandon, how about you, bro?
Ooh, so Christmas movie easily is the live action Jim Carrey 1996 Grinch. Like that one, that's one of the only like Christmas movies that I like watching throughout the entire year. Like I love that like 100,000%. You got me stumped on the TV episodes, though, man. Like I love the Golden Girls, so like I forgot about that episode, but that's a good one. I'm trying to like piece together something for you, So I mean, the only thing that came to mind was like, like the old like Cartoon Network and like Disney Channel, like episodes, editions, of like shows.
Christmas episodes.
What'd you say?
They had good Christmas episodes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Christmas movies. I mean, the good one, as was The Ultimate Christmas Present. I don't know if you remember that one, but
Yeah.
That was really good. Tro, your favorite Christmas movie and TV episode?
Christmas movie. I'm gonna go with A Christmas Story
Okay,
Ooh, good
classic.
choice.
because you'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Facts.
And oh
Fragile.
fudge! Oh, it's Italian.
Yeah, Fragile. It's a
And
leg lamp.
Oh yeah.
and
Oh,
for Christmas episode on TV, I think I'm gonna go with the Family Guy episode when they go to the North Pole, Stewie and Brian, and find that Santa Claus is horribly overworked. Pretty damn good episode.
That's good.
you motherfucker.
And actually, if I can throw in as well, if I may, I just Troll, you mentioned Family Guy. I just thought of The Simpsons as well. My favorite Christmas episode from The Simpsons is when Bart is caught stealing a video game from the Try and Save store, right? And of course, he tries to hide it, and he becomes like the black sheep of the family, and one scene he's walking by the house and they're building like a family statue with snow and stuff, and he takes snow out of the bottom of Homer's car and tries to be included, but it all falls apart. And that's like in terms of Christmas episodes from that show, that one sticks out to me too. It's very
So for
funny.
me, my favorite Christmas movie, The Santa Claus, Tim Allen. Love that.
Mm.
That's
Mhm.
fantastic. Uh,
Cute Santa.
better than the previous show about the Family Guy one. My favorite scene from that episode is when they go to I think it's their first house, and
Yes.
the reindeer is stuck in the tree. They can't come down the chimney, right? They can't get down through the chimney, so they take a rock, they throw it into the window. They break, so they basically break into the house. They leave the gifts, and then I think it's Brian. He goes into the kitchen to make himself a sandwich, right? And he goes, "I'm Santa Claus. If I want to make myself a damn sandwich, I'm gonna make myself a damn sandwich." Whatever. And all of a sudden, you hear the lights come on. The dad comes downstairs. Who are you guys? And they beat the dad. I think they killed the dad, right? Did they kill him?
I think they just knocked him out, but they might have killed him.
Okay, so they killed. We'll say they knocked him out. So then the mom comes down. Who are you? Where's Jeff? Knock the mom out. And the little girl. They tie up the little girl. They duct tape her mouth, right? And Stewie realizes what this is, and he goes, "Dude, we're not even Santa Claus anymore." First of all, this has been a home invasion. We're not Santa Claus at this point. This has just been a home invasion. Like nobody can do this. Yeah, I like that one. Another one of my favorite episodes. I love the episode of so I'm gonna show my age here, but Lizzie McGuire. I don't know how many of you guys remember that show. They had a
I've heard
Christmas
of it.
Aaron Carter. I thought that was a really good episode because Aaron Carter then performed "I Want Candy," and
Rest in peace, Aaron Carter.
I was a huge Aaron Carter fan at that time. I was like 7 years old. Rest in peace to Aaron Carter, for sure.
I'm a bigger fan of his brother Nick Carter and Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Let's get into this for just a split second. Just a split second. We there's a whole boy band war thing of fan bases between the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. Me personally, hey, they both had bangers, and
For real, both of them are
they
great.
both, they both
Yeah.
had the best song. I mean, I Want It That Way, Bye Bye
Mm.
Bye, Dirty
Mhm.
Pop, underrated song.
Mm.
Dirty Pop is an underrated song. I love that song.
Backstreet's back.
Oh wait, oh man, oh I forgot about that SpongeBob episode, the Christmas episode, the very first Christmas, and that song that they sang. This Christmas feels like the very first Christmas to me. And you got Mr. Krabs in the high pitch. It was that one. You know what? I might put that one above Family Guy, honestly, because that one was awesome. The the Fairly Odd Parents episode where Timmy wishes it was Christmas every day. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
There
a
was some really
classic
good
too.
episodes. I mean, we grew up. I say we. I grew up in a time where the kids shows had really great Christmas episodes, and Disney Channel had really good Christmas movies, like I mentioned, Twas the Night, The Ultimate Christmas Present, Good Luck Charlie, It's Christmas. That was really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
remember
the
that.
Disney Channel is going to show Home Alone the next few weeks or so, or at least next couple of weeks here in the
Oh,
T
that's
dot
good.
here in
I'm
Canada.
sorry.
Nice.
What'd you say?
Oh, here in Canada, the Disney Channel is going to show like Home Alone and
There
some
you
other
go.
like exclusive holiday stuff. Yeah. Mhm.
Home Alone.
Actually, if I can throw in a question too for you all, favorite holiday song, favorite like Christmas Carol holiday song.
I was going to add to that Home Alone thing. Shout out to Macaulay Culkin for getting his life together. Number one, that's
Yeah.
that's great. I'm proud of you. Number
Did you see him
two,
on Celebrity Jeopardy with Becky?
yeah, I saw that. I was also going to say he also got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Shout out to him. It was really cool to see Catherine O'Hara, who played his mom in the Home Alone movies, come
Yes.
in and show her
Yes.
support. He had his kids with him because he's banging Brenda Song. He's having kids with Brenda Song. I don't know if you know who Brenda.
Oh
Song
yeah, that's right. That's right. I did see
Yeah.
that.
She was London Tipton on The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. She was also in The Ultimate Christmas Present.
Okay.
Yeah, Macaulay's winning in life, man.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah.
Right together, and he's winning it. You know what? He deserves it. He's got two little boys, and
Mhm.
yeah, it was. I like that he got a little bit emotional seeing his movie mom or whatever. That was really sweet. As
Nice.
far as my favorite Christmas song,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna take it back to the Mean Girls movie.
Oh.
Brandon, you're smiling. I know exactly what song you're thinking, and I'm thinking, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell Rock. I don't know if Tro and Nat have ever seen that movie, but
I've
it's
heard of
Love
it,
Mean
but
Girls.
never watched it.
you.
But in terms of Jingle Bell Rock, I mean, I like the original. I like the original recording of that song.
I don't want to risk getting copyright. But basically, it's the Mean Girl, like the Mean Girl click, the Plastics. First of all, Brandon, have you ever seen the movie? You know what
Yeah, I've seen Mean Girls.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Troy, have you?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so the Mean Girls are known as the Plastics, and there's a girl named Katie, and she's new. She's from Africa. First of all, if you're from Africa, why are you white? Oh my God, you can't just go around asking girls why they're white. It's just a great movie. Go see a lot of classic lines like that. But she comes in from Africa, and it comes time for the Christmas play, or the Christmas. It wasn't a play or a talent show. I think it was like a talent show. And they do the song every year. It's Jingle Bell Rock, and they dress in these, I'm gonna say, provocative Santa outfits. Let me see if I can pull up an image. I'm just gonna see if I can pull up an image just to give you guys a little bit of a taste of
It's been a while since
for
I've
the
seen Mean Girls.
for the record about the song Jingle Bell Rock, I love the original recording of that song. Like I can't stand honestly to listen to like all the Christmas music that goes around in the stores and stuff. Like I work in retail, and honestly from the only days after they not even I got sick and tired of listening to all the Christmas music. I mean, I have my
Yeah.
tunes that I like, but I like the originals. Like Last Christmas is a perfect example by Wham. Right? I love that song. That's a wonderful song. But covers,
you know
no.
it's Christmas time.
And even All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey. You can't go a holiday season without
hearing
listening
that
to
one.
those tunes. Holly
I love
Jolly
that song,
Christmas.
even
That's
though it's
way before our
overplayed.
time, right?
This
We're
is about
all
as good as I get
you know,
as far as the photo.
those songs are excellent, but I can't stand those songs being covered.
Right here.
It's just not right.
This is what the girls were wearing in their little performance.
Oh my!
Yeah.
I mean, I say it was provocative.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was very provocative. At one point,
Mhm.
they actually because at the time they had a stereo because it was 2004, so they had a stereo, and one of them accidentally kicks it, and the CD starts skipping. Da 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 da. And one of the girls tries to go and fix it, and she winds up knocking the radio into somebody's head, into like a guy in the crowd's head. Right? What was that guy's name? I don't remember.
Shoot, it's been a long time since I've seen it.
Like that. And so she kicks it. So Katie, thinking on her feet, starts singing, "Oh, the right time is the right time to rock the night away." And she gets the whole crowd to sing, and they continue on with their provocative dance. And yeah, that is so. Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Sounds like Magic Mike with a holiday twist.
Yeah, that scene might have been a Magic Mike moment. I don't know. I've not seen Magic Mike. I don't have any yet desire to go see that anytime soon. So don't ask. But I mean, they did everything but strip. Basically, they did the dancing. They had the outfits. Brandon, am I wrong? I nailed it. You
pretty accurate, man.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back into the. Oh wait, Tro, what's your favorite song?
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. Grinch, come on, what are you doing? Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Let's get back into this. Then we got So we got the tag team #1 contenders tournament: DIY versus Alpha Academy versus the New Day versus Imperium versus the Creed Brothers versus Indus-Sher. It's a tag team turmoil, and the Creed Brothers win the whole kit and caboodle, so they are #1 contenders in the tag titles. Could we see them beating Damian and Finn for the titles?
Not yet. Too soon.
No?
Too soon. And for the record, I'm starting. I started like right off the bat comparing these Creed brothers to the Steiner brothers.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
I'm seeing a lot of similarities. Yeah, in terms of not so much in terms of moves, but in terms of build. Like both Creeds are very much well built, similar to what the Steiners were.
Their athletic background, and amateur wrestling and stuff.
Exactly.
It's a lot of. They're definitely the modern day Steiner brothers, and I really like them. But they're undefeated, so it's like they need to lose a little bit just so that way because like they're not over yet with the audience because they're new. They're getting there, but I think they'll have a great match and a great showing. But I don't see them winning. Not yet. Eventually,
from what I've seen, which is not much yet, but from what I've seen, the little more impressive brother would be Julius.
Yeah,
he's a little more impressive in terms of bulk and build as well as moves. He seems to know more what he's doing than Brutus.
And the facials and all that stuff too, and just the comedic. I mean, he's probably the more. He'll probably be the Shawn Michaels of the group.
Yes. He's in overall more well-rounded as a competitor.
For sure.
Yeah.
Next match was Cho, what'd you think of this match?
I thought it was great. I love seeing the Creeds win.
And then we get Cody Rhodes and Shinsuke Nakamura segment. Basically, Cody announces that he's going to be in the Rumble, and then Shinsuke challenges him to a match at some point and spits mist in his face.
I couldn't help but say to myself, this has become like the Japanese tradition. I literally said like, "Thank you, Great Muta," right? Because like Asuka's been doing it now, Nakamura's doing it. It's like the Japanese thing, and I've always had the most rounded respect for all the Japanese athletes I've seen. Like because I watch baseball too. There are a lot in baseball too, and they're just so. They do everything to perfection. Like I have the most respect for those people. Like they're amazing at everything they do. I don't care if it's just sports, anything. Shout out to the whole Japanese community. You people are the most amazing people in the world. I think
They are a
they really
different.
do. They really are.
They are a different caliber of athlete. A different.
Yeah,
It takes some
absolutely.
real talent to go into Japan and
Yeah,
do what they can do.
that's
Um,
right.
Absolutely.
and I'm looking forward to seeing Shinsuke and Cody. I think that'll be a good one.
Oh
Then,
yeah.
Yeah.
then we got Bronson Reed versus Ivar,
I
and
love
this
this one.
is a double count out, bro. I wish they would treat. I wish the crowd would start chanting "meat, meat."
Me.
They do an
Me.
AEW because that would have made this matchup just
Didn't they start doing that for a little bit? Like it was some like chant that was going on, and then Wade Barrett mentioned it or something. I don't know. I felt like it happened for like a little bit, maybe.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Before Raw, before I watched Raw, I had gone to the bar with my uncle for a little bit, and I had a couple of shots and a couple of beers. So my attention span on this show was limited. At one point, I fell asleep. No disrespect to the
I
town. It's just
mean, Raw's a long show too, man.
Yeah.
way into you, yeah. And
You
I should
guys think they should cut it down to 2 hours like SmackDown?
Yep.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say SmackDown, same thing. I went to a different bar with the same uncle, and didn't do shots that night, but I did have a couple of beers. Uh, so again, attention span to the show.
Mhm.
Actually, no, that's not true because I he picked me up at 7:30, so SmackDown was already on for that at that point.
Gotcha.
Yeah, by the time I got home, it was over.
With the Bronson Ivar match, I was honestly waiting for the ring to implode.
Ye-
Yeah.
I was
That is,
waiting for that moment again because honestly, it hadn't happened for a while.
Mhm.
But
yeah,
there's something I don't remember about this match. Was there a point where both superstars were on the top rope? Like one of them was going to do like a superplex or something?
maybe
I
a
don't
I don't
remember.
tease.
think so.
Ivar did his moonsault, and then I
Oh,
think
okay,
maybe
yeah.
Bronson
So was
tried
there?
to do the tsunami splash, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think they were both on the top rope at the same time.
Okay, because if they were, if there
Oh
was
yeah.
a point like that, I was waiting for an implosion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I,
yeah,
I
no question.
think the ring implosion thing is overdone at this point. To be honest,
It's
they did
happened a few times already. Yeah.
thinking, and um, I just it's like a trope, like in the multi-man matches when they have them on the top rope and
Mhm.
everybody has to come.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, come on,
Crazy.
guys! Like, seriously, like, be a little bit realistic. But anywho, um, so it was a double count out. I think we'll get more of that match because the next one on NXT, which we're not going to cover, but on NXT, um, during that four-way, Bronson Reed came out and cost, or Ivar came out and cost Bronson Reed the match. Until
Mm.
we get a video package of CM Punk's epic return, and this is where I was telling Brandon that I don't know if you know this or not, but did you watch that video package? Did you see that video package?
With what was it
It,
again?
it was all the reactions of CM Punk's return.
Oh yeah, yeah. Of course I saw that. Sure.
That first group, the first two guys they showed. Do you remember what they looked like? The two black
Oh,
dudes. It was the two. It was the first.
sort of. Yeah. Maybe give me a refresher.
One of them was like, "Oh my god!" He was freaking out. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That was crazy. He looked like he was doing a podcast. Yeah.
the other guy was doing right. They were doing a live
Mhm.
watch. I
Yeah,
followed
yeah.
that channel. I follow that YouTube channel. That channel is called In the Clutch, Nat, and they are fantastic. They were doing a
Okay.
live watch Survivor Series, and they saw CM Punk come out. Blah blah blah. They did that. They freaked out like that, right? And then the next Raw, and then they were doing the watch along for Raw, and one of them goes, "Wait, were we just on TV?" And the guy's like, "What are you talking about, dude?
Mhm.
We were just on TV," and just loses his mind. Hang on a second. Talk amongst
Wow.
yourself for a second.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, there's no question. I mean, everyone was shocked with Punk's return. Although, there's no question either. Like with all the resources we have these days, social media and
Mhm.
internet and everything like
Yep.
that, it was no secret that they were going to bring back Punk in his hometown of Chicago, right?
Yeah.
I
No
feel
question at
like
all.
there
So,
was a lot of people who really didn't believe it was gonna happen, though.
yeah, I mean, it's like Punk said. I guess hell froze over.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like that's why it was so shocking too,
hmm
because so many people had convinced themselves it wasn't gonna happen.
hmm Yeah.
This is
I'm
right.
so happy that it is. But now I had commented on one of CJ's posts, and I had said, I'm waiting now for his first match, whenever that's going to
Oh
be. I don't
yeah,
care when it is, but let it be
Probably the
maybe
Royal Rumble.
I
sometime
think
before
so
the new
too.
year would be nice, but or pre-Rumble, something like that. Some sooner than later would be best.
I
That
think they're
was
probably gonna save it for the Rumble though too.
hmm
that dog Brandon that you saw. That was my aunt's puppy. That was Riley. That was
Yeah,
babysitting for the next couple of days, till Tuesday at least. So that
yeah,
was
she's
her.
adorable.
Yeah, she's a sweetie. She's real sweet. Um. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying that. So they saw themselves on TV, and they
hmm
started freaking out again. They're like, "We were just on TV. Where's our royalties? Where's our royal?" It was hilarious.
They should get a
I
ton of royalties for that. Yeah, why not?
I gotta keep my voice down. I'm sorry. My mom was just telling me I was a little bit too loud. So
Mhm.
let's continue with this. Nia Jax and Zoe Stark had a match, and Nia Jax just squashed Zoe
Yeah.
Stark. Any thoughts on this match?
I remember a backstage thing between I think Zoe was there along with Shayna
Mm-hmm.
and Nia, right? So I was thinking, ooh, Nia and Shayna would be an amazing match. But
Mm-hmm.
then when it was announced that it was going to be Zoe, I thought, okay, Nia's going to break Zoe in half. Like this is not
Yeah.
going to be an even match. A much better match would have been Nia and Shayna, no
Yeah.
question.
I think
I
she's gonna
love
keep
Nia. I'm
running
so glad
through.
she's back.
I think she's
She's
gonna
been
keep running
amazing.
through a lot more people though. Like,
I want to see her
Yeah.
run to Beck. I
Mhm.
want to see her go against Becky Lynch.
Mm,
Oh
yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
With
Mhm.
that
They have that history together.
receipt time.
Hmm.
Tro, any thoughts?
Nia Jax is dangerous as the ring, but the match was fine.
Yeah, she didn't hurt her. I don't think. Then we get a Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso segment.
Mhm.
Basically, Jey challenges Seth, and Seth accepts whatever, and Drew comes out and attacks. Drew, I'm sorry, no, Seth came out and was talking about how he's, the visionary and all that stuff. He basically sent some shots at CM Punk or whatever,
Mhm.
and then Drew came out, tried to attack him, and Jey came out for the save. This upcoming Monday, we have a World Heavyweight Championship match: Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso. So that could be an interesting match.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
most definitely.
there's
I,
no question Drew's going to interfere.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? Whether you know what, if Drew interferes, then I actually have a feeling in the back of my mind that maybe Priest might show up, a cash in,
Ooh.
or at least an attempt. You know,
Ooh.
yeah, because
I
remember
didn't
we
even
were
think
mentioning
about that.
earlier with the sort of pending rivalry between Drew and Priest, right?
Mhm.
I say if Drew interferes in the Jey Uso Rollins match, then there might be at least an attempt by Priest. Cash in.
I would love it if it
And I
actually
just thought of that
happened.
now, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That would be incredible because I have no idea when he's actually going to cash in. So that would be
Mhm.
a great opportunity too, for sure.
Yeah,
so then
it's
we get
obviously it's not often we see a cash in attempt on Raw or SmackDown. They more save it for pay-per-views. And
Right.
for the record, I still call them pay-per-views, not premium live events. I just can't stick. Again, that's the old school in me.
Hmm.
Pay-per-view, just
then
for the record.
then we get a women's tag title match: Chelsea Green and Piper Niven defeat Natalia and Tegan to retain the championships.
Hmm.
I hope that they run this this match back because I thought this match was pretty solid.
Yeah, I wish the fans were more into it though.
The crowd sucked, didn't they?
It's like
Yeah.
there were things that they just weren't into at all. Like they didn't like they weren't really into the tag team turmoil match that much. Like for New Day they were, but they just weren't into the Creed, so it kind of killed some of the match.
Yeah.
One part of me likes Natalia tagging up with someone, but Natty's a much better competitor on her own. I mean, whoever she's been tagging up with, she's like the guidance. She's the veteran in the ring.
Yeah.
So whoever has tagged up with lately, of course, Tegan Knox being a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
She's guided them. She's showed them, the ropes, if you will. So in that sense, it works. But still, Natty's one of the best in the ring. So I personally think she's better off on her own, rather than being thrown into a tag team situation. So, and then also, you know what? Even with Piper Niven is the same thing, aka Dewdrop. I remember she was brought in as to being like the next sort of big girl. That's when Nia first left. I remember that because I hated when Nia was gone. So Piper Niven, aka Dewdrop, was brought in to be like the next sort of big girl, right? So she's better off too on her own. I can't stand Chelsea. I hate her. She's too much of her character is just too much, and honestly, she's being held back by Piper's being held back by Chelsea. So Piper, I think, is more better off on her own too.
We get Randy Orton just destroying Dominic pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody
that too was a slap in the face, if you ask me. I mean, if they're gonna put Orton up against any member of Judgment Day, let it be Priest. Or even Balor for that matter. I mean, Dom is a stick in the mud. Let's face it, he's a stick in the mud.
They wanted to give him an easy win for his return, though.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, even though Dom Dom is a solid member of Judgment Day, he should honestly stick more to NXT because he would be a fair competition for the up and comers, right?
Because he always gets beat by
and
the
he's a champion
guys.
there in NXT. So
Plus, Randy and Damien is a money match.
It is.
So I thought maybe Randy and Damien. Well, now you can't.
Yeah.
You can't because he's on SmackDown. But
but I don't think they wanted to beat Balor and Damien again, though.
Well, don't forget too. Balor and Priest are undisputed champs, so they can go to either show.
That's true. They can.
Yeah, there you go. But even if that were to happen, of course Orton would have to find a partner, and you know what? Good riddance to that'll be no RK Bro reunion. That's fine by me. I couldn't stand Riddle.
Oh,
sorry. I'm sorry.
I thought good return match for Randy.
Yeah.
Always fun to see Dominic get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
So,
and then to close out the show, CM Punk came out. He basically
with 10 minutes left.
He's basically announced, "Hey, I'm home." Blah blah blah, and then he drops the mic and he goes, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money."
The best part of the entire promo.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's sealed the deal right there.
I mean, but he's not here to make friends. He's here to make money. Does that? I don't know. Who's his first guy that he's going to target? Seth?
Probably.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, technically, I think he'll win the Royal Rumble.
See, I don't think he's going to win the Rumble because Cody needs a reason to have to face Roman because right now Cody's on Raw, Roman's on SmackDown, and there's no way for Cody at the moment to be like, "Oh, I want to face Roman," and Roman will just be like, "You're on Raw, bitch." You're on Raw. I'm on SmackDown.
Here's not a bad idea. Cody Punk and Drew in a triple threat. The winner faces Seth at the Rumble.
Yeah,
That would work.
They're not going to do
I just don't
Punk's.
want Cody going against Seth.
They're not going to do Punk's
Oh.
first match back on free television.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not like Randy
yeah.
Orton. He's like a huge.
He's
thing.
gonna be that like kinda Lesnar type of guy,
Yeah.
as far as like his dates and stuff.
But
But
working with Punk.
But also, when he was in AEW, remember he said he was going to be there like every week or whatever.
yeah,
Oh.
but with his body and stuff, he needs to. WWE is gonna want him to be an attraction like Edge,
And mental health, right? And mental health as well.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
going
you guys are saying Punk's gonna be like the Lesnar of these days?
He's not gonna wrestle that much, because
Ah.
his
He might-
body, he got 2 injuries while he was in AEW.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you
Yeah,
about
He
to say
might be
something?
on TV a lot, but he's not going to wrestle as much.
Exactly.
Like he might be there. He might be cutting a promo every week, every now and again, but he won't be like, "Oh, I'm going to be wrestling. I'm going to do the whole house show circuit and stuff."
Yeah.
Exactly.
That may be the sad reality, huh?
For
You guys
SmackDown,
are probably right.
skim through the results, and then we can discuss the whole show. So Bianca Belair and Charlotte and Shotzi, they all open the show with Damage Control, and Bianca challenges Io for the Women's Championship. Then we get Lashley defeating Butch. We get Joaquin losing. We get Joaquin Wilde losing to Santos Escobar. We get a Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, Grayson Waller, and Austin Theory segment. I like this one. We get Kevin Owens versus Grayson Waller. Kevin Owens wins, as if anybody expected any different. Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair. Bianca Belair defeats Kairi Sane. Randy Orton makes his decision and he signs with SmackDown. And that was SmackDown.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, let's see.
What's that?
Much better show than Raw was.
Yeah, they got but remember 2 hours versus 3. You know what I mean?
But
I mean,
some weeks I enjoy Raw more than SmackDown. It's because there wasn't much that happened, and they stretched out the Punk thing to the end just to give him less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I was at this show too.
I'm sorry?
I said I was at this show.
You were at this show.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's
So,
right, yeah.
what was your perspective then, Troll? Like being in the crowd?
So the biggest booze of the night wasn't even for a wrestler. It's when they flashed CM Punk will return next week.
That was a slap in the face.
They did fake us all out for a moment when they were like doing a recap because they did play like da-da-da, da-da-da. We're like, oh my god, CM Punk, and they're like, we'll return next week. We're like, no.
Messed up, man.
How were your seats, Joe?
Good seats. I could see the ringing stuff.
How close were you?
I mean, I was up high. I was up high, so
Oh, okay.
They brought SummerSlam there a few times recently, right?
yeah, couple
Did you
couple
go?
shows.
Did you go to any of that?
Yeah, I went to a couple.
That's good.
Excellent. Good.
That's really good.
I think you've met Frank, right, Shro? Have you met Frank?
I have not met Frank in person yet.
Oh, okay. They are both in New York, though. So
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
anything can
That's your
happen.
fellow Islander, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
What were you guys'
Good guy.
overall show? I didn't really watch it because again I was at the bar and having a good time. What did you guys think?
I liked the Santos match. I found myself paying attention more to it because just like at Survivor, Santos did an amazing job
Right.
kicking the living piss out of Wild. Wild had his moments, but there's no question Santos was he's getting to be, or he's at the top of his game at this
Absolutely.
time.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I would have liked to see KO face Theory instead of Waller because
I think we're working.
I like Waller and Theory as a team, but just Waller's still growing on me in terms of an overall competitor.
Yeah,
So the
Theory's a
better
better
match.
wrestler than he is.
Theory's a much better wrestler. There's no question. So the better match would have been KO against Theory, no doubt.
Mhm.
And then what else was there? What else was there? There was
Just Bianca Belair defeating Kairi
Kyrie
Sane.
Sane.
okay. Yeah. I mean,
I mean,
Bianca's never done much for me, but she's an amazing athlete. But I am I was and I am uh, loyalty towards of course Kairi Sane and Oscar were the Kabuki Warriors, so I liked them as a team when they were a team. So
Mhm.
I was leaning towards Kyrie. So I
you gotta
guess
be those two
too
up.
in that sense, I'm sort of damage control loyalty. I was even going for them in the women's war games at Survivor, but of course Bianca's team won. So,
Yeah.
but Bianca's still slowly growing on me, but she is an amazing athlete. And then what else was there?
It was the
Well,
Lashley match.
Lashley. I think
And
that was
Lashley was
right.
mad over there,
And
man.
Lashley and Butch, right? Yeah, I for one miss Sheamus. Oh my gosh, that's another one I'd like to see return for the Rumble. I just never
that.
thought of it. Butch, I never watched him either in NXT when he was Pete Dunne, but I
He's
like his
great though.
joint manipulating stuff. You know, that's creepy, but effective. You know, I like that. But besides, actually, Butch is one of the few who I feel is better off as a tag team partner. I mean, I don't know what's up with Holland as to why they had that angle last week or the week before where Holland walked out on Butch. I don't know what's going on there, but maybe because Sheamus has been out for a while, they figure, okay, break up the last two members of the Brutes. So could be, but
I'm ready for them to
Butch to
split.
me, what's that?
I'm ready for them to split.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to happen sooner than later, but
Butch goes back to Pete Dunne, please.
Yeah.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
he's an amazing wrestler. On
Fact.
his
he is,
own.
and like I said, I like that joint manipulation stuff, like breaking the fingers so slowly yet deadly, right? Oh, speaking of deadly, I can't stand Pretty Deadly. I cannot stand these guys. They're too much. They remind me too much of the what was they called? The Fashion Police.
God.
Fandango and what was the other
Breeze.
fella?
Tyler
Tyler
Breeze.
Tyler
Thank you,
Breeze.
Tyler Breeze. Right? No, they're too much of a rub offs. I'm sorry, I can't stand those two.
Brandon, what was your thoughts on the show, man?
Well, like I said, I thought it was better than Raw. It kept me more entertained. Crowd, Tro, you guys were a lot better than Nashville was.
Mhm.
I'm a big
Sweet.
Bobby Lashley fan, so the fact that Lashley was so over, yeah, I loved it. I was like, yes, I love this crowd. Let's go.
He's from my neck of the woods. He's from Colorado.
Yes, he is. So
Mhm.
I thought the show was fun. It paced pretty well. You know, at the end, you got, you know, the further seeds of dissension with damage control, with Bailey cost and Kyrie the match. I do like the story they're telling with Butch, you know, eventually going to be, you know, Pete Dunne again and go out on his own. And yeah, Randy signing with SmackDown. That was a great ending. You know, it was a great ending.
And then the RKO to Nick, all this just to
Yes. Yeah. Chef's kiss, man.
Fact.
Yeah.
For what it's
LA
worth,
Knight came out too, so it was good.
for what it's worth with Lashley, he was my latest superstar encounter. I got an autograph session done with the Almighty in Montreal. I was at the Chamber, and
Wow.
Oh, nice.
SmackDown, and in between those, he was doing an autograph session like in a separate room within the Bell Center, and another fan told me about it. I had no idea what was going on until like the night before, and I had just got into Montreal that night, and I'm like, oh geez, when's that going on? So
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
I rubbed shoulders with the Almighty. So you know what? Honestly, I don't care when someone turns like heel or face, I don't care what they are. I've met them. I have a loyalty towards them. Finn
I
Balor is
feel
a
you on
perfect
that.
example.
Mhm.
He was a face for a long time, whether he's the demon or not, right? And he gave me a high five once. I love him.
Right.
I have a
Any
loyalty.
superstar I've met has been, oh my god, amazing.
I have a loyalty to Doink the Clown. So I mean, I got to play.
Yeah, I remember that story. Yeah, I remember that story. So, oh, by the way, if I can give you guys like a tip, if you find out that a wrestling show is coming to your town, and you really want the chance to possibly have a superstar encounter or
Mhm.
rub shoulders or take a photo with a superstar, go to the back of the arena where they're coming early,
Yeah.
like I'd say a few hours before the show starts. And I did this at SmackDown when SmackDown was here in Toronto back in August. I did this, and I've been doing this for a long time. You get there early, you find out where they're coming in and whatever, and you see where the fans are gathering, like in the back of the arena and stuff. Sure enough, I got Sheamus, and
That's so cool.
I got to say hi to Grayson Waller. I got away from Io Sky. The feeling is more than incredible. And I gave these tips to my cousin, and she got Sami Zayn right at
Wow.
a house show in Montreal. So these things work, and I'm telling you, the feeling is more than incredible to rub
Ladies,
shoulders with these superstars.
ladies and gentlemen, I want to
What
thank.
about Tro's thoughts?
Sorry, Tro. What was your thought?
What about the guy who was at the shows?
Yeah, that should count for the most.
What did you think?
No, I
Sure,
thought I thought it was a good show overall.
You thought
But
it
the
was a good
highlight
show?
for yeah, good show. I think the highlight though overall was as I was leaving the show because they had the dark matches after the show. They had Cody Rhodes. So as I was leaving out the back door to catch my train, there was when Cody went the whoa. So I put my head back. So the exit's right by the stage.
Right.
So the pyro went right off as I went the whoa with my head back. I was like, "Oh my god, this feels
I
like
was
the
going to ask
pyro's
about
for me."
pyro. Like I've experienced it too, pyro live, and every time I go, I get more used to it. Like when I was a kid, I used to be afraid of fireworks and stuff, but
Mhm.
every time I go, I get more used to it. But what's it like for you?
I mean, I've been to so many shows, so many. I've been to 7 WrestleManias, just going on
Wow.
going 8,
Yes.
going on 8, I think, coming
Oh
up.
God.
Wow.
So I'm kind of
Oh my
used to
God, I'm jealous.
the pyro the pyro
Oh
going
my
off
God.
right
I
near
am yet to be.
me.
For me,
WrestleMania has been here in Toronto twice, and I haven't been to any one of them. Toronto's got to get WrestleMania again sooner than later. That'd be nice. But like I said before, I'd be happy with if next year, if we got Money in the Bank, Hell in a Cell, I don't care. Any pay per view would be terrific. I've been to. We had Survivor Series in 16. I was there. We had SummerSlam in 19. I was there. So I'm happy. I'm yet for a Rumble or a Mania, and that's definitely on a bucket list. No
uh,
question.
there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank our friends Nat and Brandon for joining us tonight to talk about all the great stuff. I want to thank my co-host Tro for joining us
Of
as well.
course.
Thank
Yeah.
you for
Thank you
joining.
guys. Thank you, CJ, for the invite.
Hey,
I
you're
really
Been
had a
awesome.
blast tonight. I've really been missing this.
anytime you guys want to come on this channel, you are more than welcome. Except you, Tro, you're fired. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
You're fired.
Hey, I'm just here to make money. I'm
Had
not
to
here to
pull
make
the Vince. Had
friends.
to pull the Vince, man.
Hey, do me a favor. Do him a favor. Go follow EK Wrestling on YouTube. That's my boy Brandon. He's dope. I strongly recommend his YouTube channel. He does all of it. He does the humor. He talks wrestling. He does it all. And hey, if you like this video, if you like the stream, hey, hit the like button. Comment down below your favorite Christmas movie, Christmas song, Christmas episode. Do all of that good stuff. And until
Please, the interactions help us.
yes,
They're good for the channel.
Yeah.
I'm CJ. He's Tro. He's Brandon. She's Nat. We out.